What would be if you had to pick your favorite stadium in each sport, like your number one? What would it be?
Oh, great question.
You can't do your own teams.
Oh.
No, you can't.
Well, you know what? You don't appreciate your own stadiums because you grew up. And I can never quite appreciate Fenway because to me, like everybody's like, oh, my God, I went there in the Green Monster. But it's just like I always saw that, and I thought that that's what a ballpark looked like for the most part.
So baseball.
All right. Well, there's different categories.
Oh, okay. I love stadiums.
Okay, I'll tell you what was a great one just off the road. Okay, going diners, drive-ins, and dives here. I'm going to say County Stadium, Milwaukee Brewers. Mm-hmm. And first of all, what I loved about that stadium was they still had the beer keg. Back in the day, every time they hit a home run, they had some big-titted blonde would slide down a slide into this alleged bucket of beer. Mm-hmm. Like America, you know what I mean? So she was gone by then, but just like the design, like just looking like all the guts of it were hanging out, and just the way they added on to it and stuff.
Where they filmed Major League.
Yeah. Oh, is that where they filmed
Yes.
this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one, Old Tiger Stadium, was great.
I love the overhang. The fact that
and I sat there.
Oh my God,
I sat in right field because I was like, I wanted to be in the overhang with the short porch or whatever they used to call it. That was a great one. The Astrodome, knowing that Mickey Mantle I think he hit his last home run there. Elvis played there. Earl Campbell, that Monday Night Football game. Mm-hmm. I saw one there. These as far as like the old ones, the cookie cutter ones that were going away. Candlestick was just a great, miserable, punishing place to go see a game. Just freezing your ass
right on the
off.
water, yeah.
I always remember in This Week in Baseball, there'd be like hot dog wrappers just swirling around in the outfield.
Yes.
But as far as like the newer ones, I'd have to say that the best new one that I went to is Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just the view of the bridges and like
It's perfectly
I
done.
love the Pirates in '79 was one of my favorite teams of all time. It's just a shame their ownership is just running it like like the Nestle Corporation.
I like that whole downtown area too, where you got Heinz Field right next to. It's not Three Rivers Park, but they got the casino there too. They got everything right downtown, and the bridges.
The comeback of that city since I've been going there, just on the road, has been incredible. Where it's like, it was when I started going there in the late '90s. It was still the hangover of like the whole steel industry and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Went away. It was before the tech boom, and like the downtown was like desolate. It was scary, and it was just I don't know. There wasn't a lot of action going on downtown. And I went to old what was it? That one's Three Rivers. I went to that. I saw Willie Stargell right before he died. They did some commemorative thing to him. Sammy Sosa was on the Cubs. And I remember I sat in right field, so he was right there. It was a year after '98. That was cool.
What about hockey? What's the best barn?
I can't say the Boston Garden.
You got it.
I took a tour of Maple Leafs Garden. That was cool before they took out all the seats and fucked that thing up. But I never went to a game there. I went to the old Montreal Forum, which was a weird one. I saw them against the Minnesota North Stars in '89 when Patrick Waugh was still there, still a kid. Winnipeg was great. I took a hockey trip one weekend. Me and my brother went out. There was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver all had home games. I was like, fuck it, let's go. And he goes, all right, let's go. So we went to the Saddle Dome, and it was like...
I love that thing.
Yeah, it was snowing out. That was such a great... Yes. Like, he just thought Lanny McDonald was going to come skating out on the ice, and it was snowing out. It was great. Then we went up to Edmonton, and they played Vancouver, and what was awesome was we only heard one national anthem, and it was Canada. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I am as deep into the NHL as I can be right now. So I am the furthest north team.
Yes.
I'm in Canada, and all I heard was the Canadian national anthem. And that was still Northlands Coliseum, which became Rexall Place. And they had, like, I got chills when I looked at it. When they had their Stanley Cup banners from the 5 that they won during the Gretzky-Messier era, and I saw all of those guys, Paul Coffey, all of those guys, like, their retired jerseys up there. It was just like, this is where it went down. This was, like they always said, the coldest ice in the league because they were so goddamn fast. And we met them, unfortunately, twice in the finals, lost both times. And, dude, the shit we would do, like, we would have the ice set just so it was ice. It was literally like slush.
Right.
Just trying to slow them down. We had this is how crazy the NHL is. We had a smaller rink. Like, can you imagine having a smaller football field? The dimensions of what you play on actually could be different sizes back then. So we had a smaller rink. We played more of a grinded out style. Best
football. College or NFL?
Lambeau, and
pretty
then
nice.
also old Dallas Cowboy Stadium because I loved Tom Landry Cowboys when they were like this respectable franchise that did coke and banged hookers.
Yep.
As opposed to when it was like back when some people thought wrestling was real.
Yeah.
I like that era. As opposed to when they were, okay, it's sports entertainment. That was when, how about damn Cowboys when they came in then? I wasn't as big a fan then. I liked the Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert Newhouse. I loved all of those
guys. Should start wearing. Remember that weird thing when we kind of joke about it every now and then. Jack Del Rio and who's it, Mike Nolan. We're like, hey, we're gonna wear suits on the sideline as coaches.
In San Francisco, the wind never stops blowing in Candlestick Park.